Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to my channel. Robert Teams shocked us all with his winning physique at the Classic Physique Texas Pro. He was in phenomenal shape, beating the likes of Logan Franklin and Steve Lorius, who were considered by many as the favorites before this show, but apparently Robert Teams had other plans. In this video, I wanna compare this incredible physique of Robert Teams at the Classic Physique Texas Pro 2021 to Chris Bumstead at the 2020 Mr. Olympia, the current Classic Physique Olympia champion. In the Classic Physique division, we have 5 mandatory poses: the front double biceps, the side chest, the back double biceps, the abs and thighs, and a Classic Physique pose, except for the most muscular, if I'm not mistaken. These are the poses we are going to judge today between these two, so without further ado, let's begin with the first pose, the front double biceps. Chris Bumstead looks incredible in this pose, but he never had the best bicep development. In my opinion, his bicep shape resembled those of Dorian Yates in a way, while Robert has some incredible peaky biceps, beating C-Bum at this department for sure. Robert also has an incredible midsection with those 6-pack abs, while C-Bum prefers the notorious vacuum pose. Both of them look incredible in their own way. Downstairs, C-Bum is the clear winner in my opinion. His legs are more developed. I also believe C-Bum is a little bit drier. Chris is the bigger man, he's got more muscle maturity, he looks a bit drier. However, if there's a pose where you can beat this guy, that is the front double biceps in my opinion. So this pose could go to Robert, who's got the better bicep development in my opinion, and an incredible pose overall. Second pose is the side chest, and I believe Robert wins the Del department in this pose. Chris's shoulders always looked kinda funny in this one, but other than that, Chris Bumstead simply dominates Robert at any other department in this pose. He's got a bigger and more straight chest, the bigger wheels, the better conditioning, so overall, this is a clear point for Chris Bumstead in my opinion. Next pose is the back double biceps, and first of all, these pics are taken from two completely different angles, Robert's being taken from a lower point. Robert has an outstanding back, and if this was Chris Bumstead before 2020, this would have probably been more tight. However, we all know that in 2020 Chris Bumstead improved a lot on his back, making his back double one of his strongest poses. Once again, he looks drier, especially upper body here. Lower body, Robert looks better against Chris from the back than from the front, but he loses the calves big time. This is another obvious Chris Bumstead point in my opinion. Abs and thighs, and as good and aesthetic Chris Bumstead would look, he never had the best abs in my opinion. He's got an incredible vacuum, but not the best abs. For Classic Physique of course, cause by men's open standards, this is something else. I believe Robert has the superior ab development and the superior V-taper in this pose, and yes, he's losing downstairs, but overall I would give this pose to him. What do you guys think? Last pose is the favorite Classic Physique pose, or rather the favorite Classic pose. I could have chosen any variation they were hitting at this point because nobody stops at just one pose. It's pretty confusing for me, but anyway, I have chosen these two similar shots for obvious reasons, both of them showcasing one of their biceps. You could argue that this is in Robert's advantage as he's got the better biceps overall, but I believe in this pose it's pretty obvious who is the most muscular and most conditioned guy. It's C-Bum all day, and this being Classic Physique, I guess we have to look at it from an aesthetic point of view as well, and I believe C-Bum does enough with that incredible vacuum. He's got a perfect balance between sheer mass and classic lines, and as good and impressive Robert would look in this pose with his peaky bicep, I have to give this pose to Chris Bumstead. In conclusion, Robert Teams did more than good against the current Classic Mr. Olympia Chris Bumstead, winning the abs and thighs and maybe the front double as well. You could make an argument that he could do better in the favorite classic pose, so why not? Maybe one day he could dethrone Chris Bumstead, maybe sooner than later. Chris obviously wins this comparison. He is basically the favorite of winning any pose, maybe with the exception of the abs and thighs. He dominated the classic division for the last 2 years, with many people claiming he's invincible in this division. But I don't know, man, guys like Robert Teams may have something to say about that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you guys and see you next time.